Hello and welcome to another episode of Candid Talks with Bharatvi. This podcast is all about candid discussions and updates on various topics with different people and real life experiences. In today's episode of Candid Talks with Bharatvi, we will be talking to Shubhangi Joshi, the founder of Manthan Indian Music Lounge. She is a trained singer in Indian classical music and started to give stage performances at a very young age. Other than being a singer, she also is an anchor and a beauty pageant winner. She was crowned as second runner-up in Mrs. India Empress of the Nation in 2018. Being a mother, she is able to manage multiple portfolios, a versatile personality indeed. Let's welcome Shubhangi Joshi. Hi Shubhangi, how are you doing?
Yeah, hi. I'm good. I'm good.
Thank you so much for joining us on today's episode of Candid Talks with Bharatvi.
My pleasure.
Have you ever been on any of the podcast show before?
No, never. This is going to be my first time.
Awesome. Okay. So before we start, what do you have to say, about this COVID-19 lockdown situation? I mean, everyone is all locked up in their houses because of this COVID-19.
Hmm.
So how exactly
Hmm.
are you coping up, without having any assignments or travels?
Yeah. So it definitely has hit my work. It has, as it has hit everybody else's, I'm sure. But for me, I think I'm just taking this time out. I'm practicing quite a bit, which I generally don't get the time to.
Okay.
I cannot follow a practice routine really because of all the travel and all the gigs and meeting people. That takes a lot of time just to go and meet people. Try and get some work. So yeah, I'm getting some time out on that.
Okay.
Um,
So you have actually, I believe you have studied, Indian classical from Mrs. Shobha Abhyankar, right? And that was in Pune.
yeah, that was in Pune.
Okay. And I also, read about you that you have started, giving stage performances at a very young age. So
Yeah.
do you remember what age was your first performance that you gave?
Yeah, so my father was a good singer. Nobody in my entire family is into music and they listen to it a lot.
Okay.
My grandmother used to play the harmonium and she actually was my first teacher when I started off. So I must have been around, say about 8 or 9 years old when I actually started learning music.
Okay.
And yeah, then I went on to taking some formal trainings everywhere. My father was in the army. So wherever he got posted and wherever I had a chance to learn, I went ahead and did the basic, the formal training from first exam, second exam, and all that.
Okay.
So, yeah. So and and like the army cultural, they have a lot of things going on every now and then. So I used to sing a lot with my dad, a lot of duets like that. So yeah, my stage exposure on stage and performance and everything began with him.
Okay, so you come with an army background.
Yeah.
Okay. So, if I may ask, do you remember what was that first song which you sang on the stage?
Oh, okay. So I used to generally sing one of those. Ek minute, I think I'll have to remember. It was a bhajan. It was a Meera bhajan,
Acha.
which I think my brother used to play the tabla and I was singing. And I don't remember on harmonium. Yeah, it was a Meera bhajan. Mari thane kahi kahi bol sunava.
Acha. Okay. So basically, music flows in your family. Your father was a singer. And your brother also plays tabla.
Yeah.
So it's there in the family. Nice.
Yeah, it's yes.
So you actually had launched your first individual Marathi album, I believe that was by the name of Krishna Gan, if I'm correct, right?
Yeah.
Did I say the name correctly, Krishna Gan?
Yeah, Krishna Gan.
Okay. So would you like to tell our listeners something about this album, and if you can, just sing out 2 lines of this first album of yours?
Okay. Okay, so this album actually was a very random thought process by me and another very, very dear close friend of mine, Milind Date. He's a flautist.
Okay.
And very well known in Pune, and he does a lot of fusion shows and all. So he's also been a mentor of sorts. He was the only person who was after me. That you should not leave singing, continue with it, and he was always getting after me.
Mm-hmm.
And when Krishna Gan happened, we started talking about it when my husband was in the Navy.
Okay.
We were at that time in Mauritius.
Okay.
And that was the time I actually had to give up my job and everything, and I was sitting at home doing nothing really, because I was a foreigner and I could not work there. So I got back to music, really got back to it after a very long time.
Okay.
And then he started talking to me about doing something, and when we came back from Mauritius, which was in 2009, we sort of sat together, and there was another friend of his whose grandmother had written all these poetries.
Okay.
And he was willing to share that with us. And so Krishna Gan is not about God come and save me kind of an album. It is more about the praise of Lord, in the praise of Krishna. So Milind happened to compose the music for it.
Okay.
And this was the first one. So I actually did this without much experience. It was only because Milind was there after me, getting after me, and he really got it all done together.
Okay.
So that's what it is. And then I got serious after that, and this really led me to doing more stuff.
So this was the starting point of you getting into the singing.
Yeah, I mean, it probably put me back to where I belong, because before that I was doing a lot of these copywriting. I was a content writer for a couple of publications here and there. But when I went to Mauritius, I started performing over there for a lot of small programs that these people, the Indian community, would have. Okay. And that's when I realized that this is what I really would want to do.
Would you like to sing 2 lines of this album?
If okay, I'll have to. Let me try.
Okay.
It goes. Bhunandanavana Sakhi Vrindavana Bhunandanavana Sakhi Vrindavana Tethe Vasato Radha Mohan Tethe Vasato Radha Mohan Braj Bhumila Karito Pavana Braj Bhumila Karito Pavana Chara Charala Deto Jeevan Deto Jeevan Bhunandanavana. That's how it was.
Awesome. Amazing. You have a very amazing voice.
Thank you so much.
So this album, this was your first individual Marathi album. So was it featured anytime in any of the Marathi movie?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't actually, because like I told you, because it was the first one for me, first one for Milind also. It wasn't like a commercial project really. We tried a lot, but it didn't work. So it was. Yeah.
And any other album of yours which you published, and probably that would have been a part of any of the film?
I worked with a couple of people. I sort of sang 1 or 2 songs here and there for other people's album. Like I was in Goa for a very long time, so there I sang for this Konkani album called Moga Maja.
Okay.
And that song incidentally won the best song of the year for that Konkani song, Konkani Music Awards that year.
So do you know how to speak Konkani language?
I don't know how to speak, but I can understand.
Okay. So you started, your training as a classical singer, and then you launched your Marathi album, and then you also did the Konkani album. So how did you get inclined towards jazz? Because I understand you have been doing jazz gigs also, right?
Yeah. So the jazz gig is actually a jazz fusion. Okay. So I do Indian classical singing with the jazz. So basically, I really again did not have too much of knowledge about jazz. It was only by the ear that I could appreciate that music really.
Okay.
So there's this guy called Colin De Cruz. He's one of the very senior artists in Goa, and he was looking for a person who could understand a little bit of Western music and incorporate, sort of give a classical feel to it as well. Because a lot of very, very purely classical people can't really gel well with the jazz, and it has to. You also have to have a mindset really to go and jump into it and go fusion.
Right. So, I think sorry to interrupt. I think आपने एक तो कोई बॉलीवुड जैज प्रोजेक्ट भी किया था in between.
हाँ, कॉलिन के साथ ही किया था.
Okay, so can you tell us something about that particular project?
Yeah. So again, उसका arrangement, music, everything Colin had done. And so what he did was he's given some really great jazz feel to a lot of popular R.D. Burman songs, most of them. And he did about, I think, 12 odd songs with that. And I have recorded almost 10 of them.
Okay. And what is the name of that album?
It's called Bollywood Jazz. There's a whole page on Jazz Goa, and I think that album is listed there.
Okay.
So Colin is actually into a lot of giving impetus to all the newer talent in Goa. So this was a part of his plan, to bring in them a platform and things like that.
Okay. So how was Manthan born? I mean, you tried your singing, across most of the genres, and then at that time you were still in Goa, right? And that is when you thought of setting up a own band or something, and that is how Manthan was born?
Yes, that's right. Okay, so once when we came back from Mauritius, this was 2009, as I told you, then this whole album happened. And I was not into singing. I was not professionally into singing. But my entire, the friend circle, the naval community, all of them knew that I sing. And it was Diwali time, I remember, and someone asked me, there was this Ghazal troupe which was coming to our club to sing. And I got a call from one of the officers saying that, ma'am, there's so-and-so singing there. Would you like to add a few songs? Would you like to sing with them? Okay. I said, perfect. And so in the evening, he called me to check my scale and pitch and वो सब mic test ये वो सब मैं गई किया मैंने उनको अपना scale वेल दिया तो I still remember his face. He was pretty scared कि पता नहीं अब कौन आके गाने वाला है. I might just spoil the program. But मैंने उनको scale वेल दिया. He said, okay, fine, ठीक है, आप आ जाना, हम देख लेंगे.
Okay.
And program started, and we were all sitting in the audience, and I was called, and then I sang the ghazal that we were supposed to sing. I sang one, I sang two, and then he again, and I was about to get up because two is what I was promised. So I was about to get up when he said, "Aap aur gayengi." So I sang a couple of more with them. Okay. And then the next thing I knew that he was there at my doorstep next day, and he said, "Please join us." Wow. Auto was very small that time, so I was like, "Kaise karungi, kya karungi?" But then I said, "ठीक है, jump in, dekha jaye." And that's when I started. Then one thing led to another. I started singing with other people, other groups, and this I think I did for about 3-4 years. I was singing with a whole lot of people in Goa after that. Okay. As it is, female singers जो रात में अपने आप drive करके देर से आके देर से जाके चली जाए उतना तो कम ही रहता था. And I think I was just bold enough to do that. देर से चले जाओ, देर से आओ, all that. I had no problems on that front. So yeah, I was pretty busy there singing for a whole lot of other people, and mostly ghazals, old songs, वो बैठक करके Indian style में वैसे होता था.
Yeah, okay.
I was bored of it after some time because it was the same thing again and again. Wherever you go, you ended up singing pretty much the same songs. And वही उठा के यहाँ से उठाओ वहाँ गाओ, यहाँ से उठाओ वहाँ गाओ. There was no nothing innovative happening over there.
Okay.
So it was work. It was just happening. And till then, I had also made a lot of friends. I knew a lot of instrumentalists and musicians around. I knew a lot of sound guys, stage guys. वो सब भी धीरे-धीरे जान पहचान हो गई थी.
Okay.
Just around that corner, Coke Studio वाला जो वो fever चल रहा था उस time पे, this Amit Trivedi wala music, and that was very exciting. And I really wanted to do those songs, but वो harmonium और tabla and उसके साथ ये सब होता नहीं था, even if you wanted to, and that kind of crowd never came up because you were sitting and doing, so वो माहौल ही पूरा अलग था. And I wanted to change a little bit of that. And also Goa is the wedding destination. So a couple of times it had happened that there was that we performed for a party, for the wedding party in the evening, and the next day they called us back again, just me and my keyboardist, saying that we have an English, but we also want some Hindi songs.
Okay.
And so we would sing some, and the band would sing some. Then I realized that there is a demand for Hindi songs in a different way, different platform. That's when I gathered all these guys who I thought most of my musicians were actually playing for Western bands, which helped me with that sound and the little bit of Hindi or the Desi singing. So I sort of got them all together. And we started rehearsing practices. ये वो करके एक 3-4 महीने we sort of really practiced, and tried to take it forward. And we were one of the top Hindi for a long time till I had to move.
That's nice. So the songs which you perform, in Manthan, I mean, with Manthan band, are these all the original songs that you sing, or do you bring in your own flavor, with your own music style and sing it in a different way?
Yeah. So the whole point was to bring in something new with the, with the older popular melodies that people are really familiar with.
Okay.
So a lot of unplugged stuff. I would change the songs. The basic flavor जो है song का उसे नहीं change करते थे हम लोग. उसे नहीं change. And we play around with the beats. We play around. We sort of change it little here and there. And वो आहा सुनने का जो audience से जो आना चाहिए, we try and do that.
Okay.
Yeah. Most of our songs are on those lines.
Understand.
And I do try and pick up songs which are not very commonly sung.
Okay.
So that most of the time, so I have a lot of problem convincing people कि नहीं, you don't worry, song list दिखाइए, ये तो जाएगा नहीं, वो तो जाएगा नहीं. I said आपको अगर problem होगा ना तो आपकी list हम गा देंगे. But till date, I've never had an issue where they have told me कि नहीं ये मत गाओ, ये वाला गाओ.
तो कोई एक ऐसा गाना, एक एग्जांपल आप बताएंगे कौन सा, किस टाइप से, मतलब how is the tune like and which kind of songs do you normally sing in Manthan?
Okay. So I try and pick out songs which sometimes people have not heard, or people have heard, or people are hearing after a very long time. Okay. And because differently we put in a little bit of a rock feel to it. थोड़ा अगर बहुत तबला ढोलकी वाला गाना है तो उसमें थोड़ा drums and so not very jarring, but slight electric guitar feel and all that. So it just sounds very exciting. There is this song by Shubha Mudgal which I do, and I really like doing that one. It's called Seekha Nainon Ki Bhasha Piya. Yeah,
that's a nice song.
Yeah, then people haven't heard it for like 15-20 years, and then suddenly you put it in front of them and they really like it.
Right.
And we take it on a different beat, and so it's a little faster than the original one.
Okay.
And the kicks in, it's different, with the guitars and the keyboards and everything, so it really sounds nice. And then I do Ranjishi Sahi, Aaj Jaane Ki Zid Na Karo. And then we pick up some old songs like Aao Huzur Tumko, Sitaro Mein Le Chalo, then Chale Aao. But then we change all the beats, all the patterns and everything.
Okay.
Yeah, so people can still hum and sing along, but
exactly. I think wohi मैं बोलने वाला था, because the songs are there, and pretty much in today's world, everyone likes to listen to these old songs, probably in a new flavor. बीच में remix का दौर चला था, people हर कोई remix बना रहा है और सारे old songs के ऊपर remix बना रहा है. But unplugged बीच में थोड़ा सा आया था, but unplugged बहुत ज़्यादा चला नहीं.
नहीं.
Yeah, so but I understand what you're saying, because obviously people want to listen something new.
Yeah, people want to listen to the same songs in a new format.
Unko,
it's like slightly. बहुत ज़्यादा वेरिएशन करेंगे तो the people lose interest.
Right.
So I try and keep that balance maintained. I don't experiment with every song that I sing. There are songs which it is only for the audience and they love those songs just the way they are. So we try and do that sometimes. But because if it's a wedding event or something and then they want to dance, then it's chaos. So then you have to just
so
go
do you do this on the fly or आप लोग do some jamming sessions earlier and then पहले practice करें and then उसके बाद फिर then you finalize that particular tune?
Sessions हमारे होते रहते हैं. So whenever we adding some new songs every season, we try and sort of add more songs.
Okay.
So उस time we do jam, we do have our regular practice sessions. But once the season starts, then there is no time actually. Then we are just gigging one after the other. Okay. And depending on the crowd, demand of the crowd, mahol kya hai, if they want flowy music, they want dance music, then we sort of cater to that.
Okay. So you basically belong to Pune, and later on then you were traveling along with your husband, and then for a good amount of time you were based in Goa, and now I believe you are based in Bangalore.
Yes, that's right.
So is this again for a temporary period, or this is the final settlement that you have done in Bangalore now?
I have been born a nomad. So
Okay.
In fact, I used to tease my dad, कि जब admission करा रहे हो तो वहाँ पे nomad में लगा देना tick, because I've never stayed in one place for more than 2 or 3 years, and Goa was the only place where I stayed for like 9 years at a stretch.
Okay.
I don't depend now. He's left the Navy. He's into a corporate scene. So जब तक यहाँ पे हैं तब तक we are here. So I try and manage traveling up and down from here.
Yeah, that's what I was actually about to ask you. So how do you manage your travel? Because for Manthan, I believe you will have to travel to Goa quite often, right? So and Manthan performs only within Goa. Do you perform anywhere outside Goa?
No, we perform all over.
Oh, all over. Okay.
Yeah. So now if I have to travel out of Goa, they travel from there, and I take my flights from here.
Understand. Okay. So any other bands you said, apart from your own band, you also have, sung with some other bands as well.
Yeah.
Can you tell us something about those bands? What kind of genre are they in? Are they also into jazz, or are they into Bollywood music or something?
The ones which I was performing before I started Manthan, you mean?
No. After Manthan also, do you perform with any other band or no?
Yeah, I perform occasionally with Colin's band called the jazz fusion band called the Brown Indian Band.
Okay.
Yeah. So and so there they have an Indian percussion or an Indian instrument and classical vocal. So it could be Carnatic or it could be in Hindustani classical. So depending on the requirement, I join them. And in fact, I think in 2015. We all went, Colin's troupe and the Brown Indian Band as such, we all went to Russia for the international time there. Yeah, because that's the only way that India could participate, because they wanted something innovative, and we put in a lot of Indian classical flavor to the jazz.
Okay.
And there, it was really in a place called Cock the Bell.
Okay, sunne padenge sari albums. Where can I find all these albums?
They're there on Jazz Goa.
Okay.
Jazz Goa.
Oh. So any of your favorite song which you keep on humming now and then in your free time?
Okay, that's a very difficult question. Favorite. Okay.
कई बार होता है ना, जैसे आप घर में काम कर रहे हैं या कुछ भी आप easy mood में हो, एक अंदर से एक अपने आप ही वो आवाज आ जाती है, and then you start humming about it, So ऐसा कोई एक song जो very often you like to sing?
Yeah, and I always love to perform that also. It's a ghazal by Farida Khan, very popular. People love it. Aaj jaane ki zid na karo.
That is nice one. So I actually also I'm a very big listener of ghazals, I'll say, but I mostly listen to Jagdish Singh ghazals. So since my schooling days, और हम लोगों ने एक क्लब भी बनाया हुआ था, जगदीश सिंह फैन क्लब. तो हम लोग बकायदा पूरा माहौल बना के बैठ के इवनिंग में लाइट्स वाइट्स डिम करके और हम लोग गजल सुना करते थे. So I remember those days, and just like you know, even my father is into, he's an engineer by profession, and he was into a transferable job. तो मैं भी all over India घूमा हूँ उनके साथ. तो transferable job में my entire schooling was, I did from Shillong. उससे पहले Assam and Punjab, and then lot many places.
That's interesting. Pretty much like the Fauji life.
Yes, and we used to be actually, living along with them only, because I did my schooling from Kendriya Vidyalaya, Upper Shillong, and that was a Air Force campus. तो पूरा उन लोगों के साथ उठना बैठना और उनके साथ अपना मतलब पूरा, that was a altogether, I'll say golden period of my life. So I am sure कि बचपन में आपका भी वो period जो traveling वाला, and then going to different places, meeting new people during the school days, तो आपको आज भी याद आता होगा. That must be a golden period in your life.
Absolutely. There was so much to learn, and I think we realized it only much later in life that the amount that we've learned just traveling and living here and there, meeting people.
So are you still in touch with your school friends?
Yes, absolutely, in a very big way.
Okay. थोड़ी serious बात करते हैं. You said that, apart from being a singer, you also are an anchor.
Yeah.
Right. And you have been taking up anchoring projects, across places. So what kind of an anchor you would call yourself? What kind of anchoring projects do you take up?
I basically do anchoring and emceeing for a lot of corporate. I tried my hand at weddings. Don't think I was good at it. So corporate, it's very streamlined and very structured. So I think I like working like that. So I've done a lot of work with almost all the banks, nationalized banks that you have. ICICI to Kotak Mahindra to HSBC to SBI. I think I've become a bank specialist. So one after the other, I did a lot of them. A lot of pharmaceutical companies, and a lot of IT companies. They since like I told you, they have a lot of these companies have their outbound programs in Goa, and that's how I got in over there. And
So did you try your hand in fashion show anchoring anytime?
Fashion, yes, I've done a couple of them. I have done a couple of them. But I know what happens is once you start doing corporates, I think you just sort of get corporate rank to chahiye, so that will be Shubhangi Joshi. So when it's a fashion show, not many people would think of my name really.
Okay.
And I do add in a little bit of singing here and there if they need entertainment. I enter with a song and all that jazz. So what's up?
Okay. So apart from this, I believe you were also a title winner in one of the beauty pageant. I believe that was Mrs. India Empress of the Nation.
Yeah.
That was in 2018?
Yeah.
Okay. So how did you think of participating in a beauty pageant?
Well, it was just, I think a lot of my friends, when I came to Pune, I met up with some of my older friends from, they had already settled down in Pune. And there was this lady, me and her, we had participated together once in the Navy Queen, where again I was the first runner-up.
Okay.
And this was in 2004 or 5, I think, long back. And तब हमारी बात हुई थी कि यार we next तो Mrs. India करना है, when you're having a talking about all that. Then I came back to Pune after so many years, and she said, let's do it. She didn't end up doing it, but she pushed me into it.
Okay.
And so I just met up with these guys. I wanted to know what it was. I mean, I didn't just want to get into something and then say, oops, why am I here?
So this was in Pune, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So when, you participated in this particular pageant, did you even think that you will win a title?
Well, everybody goes there thinking of this. No, but I didn't think I had too many chances there, because there were women who were from a couple of women who were really really good,
Okay.
and they were professional models, and they knew their the way they knew their walk, and they knew their the way they would look at the camera, the works. They really had it all. And but thankfully
Okay.
they divided us two categories age wise, so that was a little bit of a relief. And yeah, the only thing which I think helped me then was stage presence.
Understand. So this was kind of a on and off, for you. I mean, it was not a regular thing ever. As you said, you did earlier, sometime way back in 2004 and 5, and then you did in 2018. So
Yeah. So I dabbled into a little bit of modeling and acting here and there, as and when, the chances, I mean, it just went into my lap, and I said, okay, why not? And then I went ahead, but I did not pursue it really.
yeah, so that was my next question. So you never pursued that as your career. So and if I may ask, and probably I know the answer, if I ask you to choose between singing and modeling, so obviously I assume that you will prefer singing over modeling, I guess, as a career.
Any day.
Okay. And any upcoming projects of yours? Any upcoming shows, fashion shows?
Right away, to nothing. A couple of my shows got cancelled because of all this. We had a couple of weddings which were planned. They were being planned. I mean, they were all in the planning stage. So once the season picks up, which is post-August, we had a couple of them lined up, but now it's a little doubtful. So I really don't know.
So do you also do the event management by any chance?
No, I don't.
Okay. Just like, Pune, of late there have been Pune, Mumbai, so many beauty pageants, are taking place nowadays. And I am seeing many of the people now, they're coming up with their own shows. And everyone is, bringing up that title as, Mrs. Maharashtra or Mrs. Pune or Mrs. Mumbai or something like that.
Yeah.
Similarly, I think it is also catching up in Bangalore as well, because I have few friends who are based out of Bangalore who are again into this industry.
Okay.
So do you think that, it is kind of पूरा एक बाजार एक लग गया है पूरा, and everyone is trying to get into this kind of a thing, and the essence of actual beauty pageant is getting lost somewhere. Do you think is that the case, or what would you like to comment on this?
No, I agree with you. It's just a big money making thing it's become like that now. And actually, when I entered it is when I realized this is happening everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So, the real essence of a beauty pageant is not there, and especially with the Mrs. part of it.
Yeah.
It's just a feel good factor for a lot of women out there.
But on the other hand, I also feel that probably typically for Miss kind of pageants were already there, but for Mrs. it was not much there, and probably these platforms are giving them a good morale boost and confidence level boost hota hai.
Absolutely. It definitely needs a lot of confidence for women after marriage to really come up on stage and prove themselves in whichever way. It really takes a lot of guts to do that, because after you have had kids, you don't have time for yourself, and इसमें से सब कुछ time निकाल के, and वो सब courage muster up करके you have to go and present yourself on stage in front of a lot of people. It is difficult.
Okay.
Yeah, but like I said, काफी हो रहा है, but ठीक है, जिनको फायदा हो रहा है, it's all good at the end of it.
Right. Has anyone told you that you have a beautiful smile by any chance?
Yes, I've been told.
I'm sure there must be many people होंगे बहुत कई लाखों लोग जो फिदा होंगे आपकी स्माइल पे, and you also have an awesome denture, by the way, because it comes quite clear and visible in the pictures. So एक क्वेश्चन पूछना चाहूंगा अपने लिसनर्स के लिए, ओके आप
हाँ.
कौन सा टूथपेस्ट इस्तेमाल करती हैं?
Oh God. I wish it was a toothpaste which was doing it all.
No, but I
My
would still
dentist
ask.
think as
I would.
well.
I would still, ask you to, answer this question.
Huh. The toothpaste part of it. Okay, I use
Yeah.
sensitivity wala toothpaste.
Okay. So हमारे listeners सुन रहे हैं Colgate वाला sensitive वाला toothpaste, right?
हाँ, बिल्कुल
Okay.
correct.
Okay. Okay. Jokes apart. If I may ask you, what would you call yourself? A singer, an anchor, or a beauty pageant winner?
I would call myself a singer, a musician. Really.
And would that be your passion as well?
Yes, it is. It has been my passion for the longest time, and it was a hobby converted into a profession as well.
Okay. And do you foresee pursuing this passion for quite long ahead in your life?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think this is the one thing that will stay with me forever. I just can't seem to separate myself.
Awesome. And do you also think that you would like to venture into Bollywood films?
Well, like I told you, I have never pursued this. I have done a couple of projects here and there. In fact, मेरा जो कोंकणी गाना था, उस पे जो वीडियो बना था, I was acting on that. I mean, they made me act on that.
Okay.
Or they tried to make me act.
Okay.
That's the one time when I realized that I'm better behind the mic than in front of the camera.
Better off as a singer than actor.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
But yeah, it did. But everybody seemed to like it and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But if I get something on that front, of course, I wouldn't mind. Definitely not. I did a bit of a role in one of the telefilms. Beach mein. They were happening in Goa. So I keep doing this chota mota here and there. I have learned one thing: never to say no to something. I always learn from this. So, nahi acha lagega, to I will not go back.
Right.
But always been a nice experience. So, But yeah, my concentration has always been on singing and anchoring the song.
So how do you manage all these, multiple tasks? Like, how do you balance your work life with your family life and your passion? I
have an extremely supportive husband, and the children have grown up. So they do manage themselves, and I have, because of my lifestyle, I think because of my constant traveling and everything, they also have knowing that ठीक है आज mom नहीं है, कल है, परसों नहीं है. So they also have managed to do
How
a lot
big
of
are
things.
they? In which class?
My son is in college already.
Okay.
He's in the first year, and my daughter is 12 years old.
Okay. So that was actually my next question, that who is your main support behind all this hard work? So you, as you said, it's your husband probably, yes?
Yes, my husband and my children as well. They have never ever said you were never there, or I have never had complaints on that front at all. They never make me feel that I'm not there. Certain times when I must have missed one odd performance of us, I've not been there for their birthdays here and there, or celebrated their birthdays later or earlier, depending on the schedule.
So how about your other family members? What do they think of the work that you do? How is their support towards it? I mean, your in-laws or your parents, that side.
Yeah, they're very supportive. In fact, when my first album was done, my daughter has just recorded that. She was just three months old when I recorded that. Yeah, so my mom was there with me, and then I did it because my mom was around. My mother-in-law came up and down, and she was very supportive on that front. So yeah, there's all support from the family, definitely. And the thing is that I have actually not lived in a place where I have my in-laws or mother or anything. They've never been there. I've always lived in faraway places. So yeah, my husband mainly has always been there for me.
Nice. Any upcoming singing projects? Any album?
The talks are on, and then when the talks started, because I came to Bangalore again, I started, exploring things to do here.
Okay.
So I was in talks with somebody to do do 2 original songs and things like that. But again, this COVID has halted everything else. So let's see how it goes now.
And anything else that you would want to achieve or do in your life? I mean, you have been doing singing for quite some time now. You also tried your hand in acting, then anchoring, and then you also were into beauty pageant. Anything else that you desire to do?
Well, I have, like I told you, I have been learning Hindustani classical for a long time. Maybe, I don't know, मेरी हिम्मत ही नहीं होती है to go and perform hardcore classical sometime. That would be like the end of all my dreams.
Okay. So that is something which you still haven't tried yet?
No, I haven't tried that. And I don't know. I really don't know. It takes a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of, I think, immense courage to do that, because it is difficult, and the people who come to listen to you are hardcore classical listeners and all that. And wo jo mahol Pune mein hota hai for all the concerts, music. Somewhere there, maybe, I don't know, it's one of the dreams.
So do you ever think of coming back to Pune?
Yes, all the time.
Okay. So then all the relatives and everyone probably must be in Pune itself.
Yeah, not really. My husband's family is in Pune. My brothers now settled in Pune. Okay. Most of my family members, my mom's side, they're all in Mumbai.
Okay. So before we conclude, we are towards the end of the episode, and obviously, without we can't let you go without you singing us a song. If you can, sing a song, anything of your choice, for our listeners.
Okay. Okay. Let me sing Aaj Jaane Ki Zid Na Karo then, maybe.
Okay.
I can't think of anything else unless. Okay, I'll sing that one only then.
Sure. Yeah, that's a nice one.
Aaj jaane ki zid na karo, aaj jaane ki zid na karo, aaj jaane ki zid na karo, यूं ही पहलू में बैठे रहो, यूं ही पहलू में बैठे रहो, आज जाने की जिद ना करो, हाय मर जाएंगे हम तो लुट जाएंगे, हाय मर जाएंगे हम तो लुट जाएंगे, ऐसी बातें किया ना करो, आज जाने की जिद ना करो, आज जाने की जिद ना करो.
Awesome. Well, जाना तो पड़ेगा, टाइम हो गया है. बट बहुत ही जल्दी मुलाकात करेंगे दोबारा, ताकि आपका पूरा गाना सुन सके. And definitely for our listeners, please do not forget to listen to the Bollywood Jazz album, which you will find on Goa Jazz page.
Jazz Goa, yeah.
Jazz Goa, okay. So before we leave, any message to our listeners, especially for mothers, from your side?
Just don't give up on your dreams. And everything is there out for you. Just don't give up. That's all.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Bharat. Thanks.
Thank you. So that was Shubhangi Joshi, founder of Manthan Indian Music Lounge, one of the only bands based in Goa that performs Indian lounge music. You can visit her page on Facebook by the name Manthan Lounge by Shubhangi Joshi. Being a mother, she is managing multiple portfolios a multi-talented personality living her dreams. So once again, it is proven that if you are honest, truthful, and believe in yourself, then no one can ever stop you to fulfill your dreams. इसके साथ हम आज का सफर यहीं समाप्त करते हैं। बहुत जल्द मुलाकात होगी अगले शो पर एक नए टॉपिक के साथ, नए लोगों के साथ, नए अंदाज में ऑन कैंडिड टॉक्स विद भरतवी। स्टे होम, स्टे सेफ। दिस इज भरत वत्स साइनिंग ऑफ फॉर टुडे। दुआओं में याद रखना। जय हिंद।